What's up, guys? In today's video I got this Godzilla X Kong video for you guys. Now I don't have Godzilla and I'll probably do a review video of him later on the channel, but here we have Skar King with the Whiplash, Suko with the Titan Doug, Shimo the Frostbite Blast, and we got Kong with Beast Glove. This right here is a nice little wave, and I also have this little Godzilla metal figs, which is diecast fully metal keychain, which that's going to be really cool to unbox. So if you guys want to watch the review of these figures right here, continue watching the rest of this video. So we're going to go ahead and grab Kong first. So here, this is Kong right here with the Beast Glove. This thing is dope, really well detailed. I think a lot better than some of the figures that came out for the Godzilla versus Kong. And that glove is really well detailed. Now we're going to take these out the package so you guys have a closer look of the figure, but we're just going to look at the packaging. And on the back it says Godzilla and Kong return in a new adventure, pitting the almighty Kong and the fearsome Godzilla against a colossal undiscovered threat hidden within our world, challenging their very existence in our own. And it comes with this little bio vehicle thing, the glove obviously, so that's the only accessory, and it says fully articulated and posable, which is actually pretty cool. So here we have Kong. This right here is probably my favorite figure besides Shimo, just the added detail, and I do like that this one is different from the Godzilla versus Kong wave. You guys can see that he does have an extra scratch on the chest or torso. He does come with that little plane, the Monarch plane that they show in the trailer, and he does have that gauntlet or glove or whatever you guys want to call it. I do like how bright and yellow the way it pops. You guys can see that it does have markings on it, has a few numbers. It have the Monarch logo as well. This figure is actually really dope. When it comes to the articulation with that glove, it is hindered just a little bit, but I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. But this Kong figure is actually really dope. I have no problems with this one. This version definitely is a big improvement from the other version, because the other version was a little bit stiff, and I do believe that the color was different. I think it was brown, and this one's more of a darker black, kind of like a charcoalish black, but it is semi-gloss as well. So let's go ahead and look into the articulation of this figure. So looking at this figure, man, this thing has a lot of the basics. It's a $9.99 figure that I got at Walmart. It is single jointed elbows, which you guys can see right here on the right arm. The left arm is also single jointed as well. And the hand also is on a hinge. You guys can see that the head does go left and right, but the hand does not move with the gauntlet. So it's like pretty stiff. And the only thing that sucks that it doesn't come with his battle axe. Now, none of the other figures from my knowledge comes with the battle axe. Not sure why this one wouldn't have come with it. Like I said, it does have single jointed knees, no toe articulation, no ab crunch. But this plane is actually really cool. I think it's really worth it as far as like accessories if you guys just need it for displayability. And with the glove, it says Beast Glove, which is a thunder glove. So I'm not really sure the significance of this glove in the movie, but I'm sure it's going to be something dope. And on the back, you do see different figures that they have in this wave. You have Godzilla with the heat wave, Godzilla Evolved, and then you have the other three characters that we do have here in the video. So let's go ahead and go on to the next figure. So next we have Shimo with the Frostbite Blast. This thing is really well detailed, I think. Even though it's all white, it's still pretty cool. I mean, they don't show this creature in the trailer, but it's still really cool to have. And I really think this movie is going to be really dope. So like I said, this is Shimo, which is one of the Titans in the movie, which I think he's one of the main villains. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it's pretty dope. So we're going to go ahead and turn it. So on the back, it does have a few details. It says, a legendary ice titan with unstoppable world-ending power. Shimo faces Godzilla and Kong with a devastating frostbite blast that can freeze opponents in battle. And it does come with that little ice thing, and it's fully articulated and posable. Pretty cool. Like I said, we'll be opening all these figures and show you guys a closer look. Now let's go ahead and go to the next figure. So this is Shimo. This is supposed to be the first kaiju or the first titan in the monsterverse like series and world. This figure right here is really not that bad. I do like the way that the colors go pretty well, like that purple bluish with the white, and the spikes on the back are really well detailed. This is a pretty decent figure. Like I said, this is from like the shorter line. I'm not sure the scale, but this is $9.99 at Walmart, and I do believe you can get this one at Target as well, but I'm not really too sure. I got this wave at Walmart. Now when it comes to articulation, this figure has basically none. The arms and legs go forward and back. There's no knee or elbow articulation or toe articulation, nothing really like that. I mean, it is a cheap toy. His neck does move left and right ish while it turns, but I do like that you could add this frost blast into his mouth. You could remove it and take it out. All you gotta do is just close the mouth. Really not too bad. But the stance of the figure really isn't that bad in my opinion. It stands up really good. It just looks pretty good for what it is, honestly. For $9.99, you really can't beat it. I don't think they made this in a bigger scale, but it does come in a Kong and 2-pack Shimo. Now, that one has a little bit more of paint scheming than this one does. This is just plain white. But overall, this one is not a bad pick. You should definitely pick this up if you guys want to go ahead and finish the collection of the Godzilla X Kong. You guys can see the detail that this figure has. When it comes to articulation, definitely like a 4 out of 10. When it comes to detail, accuracy, I don't know too accurate because they don't really show him in the trailer, but the way he looks is a solid 8.5 out of 10. The overall figure, to me, it's a decent 8 out of 10 with the one accessory that it has and the poor articulation, I guess, but the stance of this figure is really good and is definitely a must pick up. So next we have Shuko with the Titan. This is Doug, but I don't know if it meant to say like dog. They just didn't want to do that, I guess. But yeah, you got Suko, which is, I guess, a younger version or like a little kid version of whatever ape Skar King is, maybe. I'm not really too sure. Because with a rock as an accessory, pretty decent. And on the back, where it does show the description, it says, "Don't let his size fool you. Suko is a scrappy fighter with raw primal strength and a bad attitude who always has Kong's back." Which is really cool. I like this. Really well detailed. Like I said, we'll be opening this, show you guys, basically what these look like. So here we got Suko. This is such a good and unique figure. Now it is pretty small, and I do like that it scales really nice with the other figures. And he does come with this creature that is named Doug. I mean, it's spelled like Doug. I'm not sure if it's pronounced differently, but it's still a nice addition. It looks like a weird version of Godzilla, like a shorter version or a stubby version, but he does come with that little rock, which I think they show him throw the rock in the trailer. But the only thing that sucks is that it is pretty glossy, and I wish it had like a better matte finish. But when it comes to the paint looks actually really good. Doesn't look too bad. Now this figure doesn't have much of as far as articulation wise. It is single jointed elbows, single jointed knees, has no ab crunch, and his head does turn left and right, but it's not on a ball joint or anything like that or on a hinge. It's basically just normal. Now his hands can't grab anything because it doesn't have gripping hands, but you're able to move it around quite decently. I think the paint application is really good. The paint on his body and the eyes is really good. Now the other figure, whatever creature that one is, doesn't really come with much. Now this is the rock. The rock feels pretty good. It doesn't feel that cheap. It doesn't feel hollow or anything. It does have some weathering in it, so at least it looks pretty decent in my opinion. I like it. It's a nice addition to the collection. This figure right here looks pretty good. No really major articulation with it. So I don't really know what to say much about this one, but it makes a nice display piece or like a background character. I really do like this figure. Now, it would have been nice to get a little bit more, but I guess I can't complain. But for $9.99, it's not too bad. And like I said, I got this at Walmart. Really not a bad figure in my opinion. So next, we're going to end up skipping Skar King, waiting for last. And then here we do have Godzilla X Kong New Empire diecast Godzilla metal figs. And this thing is pretty cool, and it's pretty heavy too. I think this was like $5-6, which I guess isn't really too bad. I don't plan on getting the other ones. If I do end up getting one, it'll probably be Kong, but I'll be satisfied with just them two. Next we have Skar King. Man, this thing is so dope. Skar King with the whiplash. This is actually really cool, really well detailed, as you guys can see. Got nice paint application, fully posable. Let's go ahead and turn it around. Removable whiplash, which is pretty cool. Skar King with the whiplash. The evil Skar King rules over his fury hollow earth kingdom, wielding a whiplash and commands an unstoppable army to destroy Kong or Godzilla and Kong and conquer the world. Like I said, it's fully articulated, and that's the only accessory it comes with. So we're gonna go ahead and open these figures and show you guys exactly how they look. So this is Skar King out the box. That paint job is really good. It's really not that bad for a really cheap toy. This figure is only $9.99 at Walmart, which is where I got this one at. The detail looks really good. Looks just like what it looks like in the trailer. That whiplash is actually pretty dope in my opinion. So looking at the figure, this figure really is really weird because it doesn't really feel proportioned. But I guess it being an orangutan, I guess it does have single jointed elbows, single jointed knees, a slight ab crunch, I guess, but it's really well articulated for a decent small figure. Now, I'm not sure if this is considered a 6-inch figure, but it kind of ranges in that scale. So if you guys look closely in the head sculpt, it does have that painting that it shows in the trailer. The actual figure is really good. If I had to rate this figure, I definitely think it's a solid, probably like a 7 out of 10 when it comes to the overall delivery. Accessories, it only comes with one accessory. You know, I guess all things considered, I guess I'll give that a 7 out of 10, even though because it's a cheap toy, it doesn't really need to come with a whole lot. The articulation could be a little bit better. You know, I don't really like single jointed knees, but because it fits well with this figure, I'll give it a decent 7.5 out of 10. But honestly, this Skar King figure is a must-have if you want to complete your Godzilla x Kong figures. I definitely think you guys should pick this one up. And you guys let me know, what do you think of the Skar King figure? This is a smaller version. Like I said, I know they do have like a bigger 12-inch version, I think. But yeah, not too bad in my opinion. Yeah, so overall, the wave really isn't too bad. The Kong figure is actually really good. Suko is pretty good. The little creature Doug or whatever. Skar King, Shimo, all these figures are really good. They're $9.99, which is not a bad price point. I do like some of the accessories that they come with, like Skar King's whip. The paint application is pretty good. The articulation could be better on all these figures, to be honest, but this is a kid's wave. But overall, it's really not bad. I definitely recommend it. You guys let me know down in the comment section below, what is your favorite figure in this wave, and I'll see you guys in the next one.